Alrighty. Okay. So I'm gonna be quick with this discussion and this insight um, on cosmic understanding. I think at this point in time in our life, we all can see that there's a lot of things going on cosmically um, between just us on the planet. But I think the discernment of it in some people's eyes are kind of very either right brained, left brained, or in the ego. My personal belief, especially when it comes to the turn of racism, 9 ether beings, 6 ether beings, to me, my thing is source should include everything, no matter what color you are, race you are. We all are energy. You know what I'm saying? We all are some type of vibration and in the magnetic frequency. With that being said, you know, cosmically, when nature and things kind of go into dividance, somebody has to take the lower half of the body and somebody has to take the higher half of the body. But when you're living on a density like this, what I'm saying, this third density, you know, and you're living grounded in a physical shell, then and you're looking at the nature of somebody else's character and you're associating it with his genetics or his race, then you're gonna think that the collective of those people are like that. And you're gonna think where their soul is. It's not that they are soulless. It's just that the simple fact of the matter that these are lower solar beings, meaning that they don't vibrate, on a level of love, highlight some beings who came and descended down into this realm. I know a lot of ancient stories, where people were talking, when people had kind of came to some conclusions of things technologically happening in this world where lower solar beings, what people were calling, demonic and stuff like that, were coming up through certain portals and making their way on this plane of existence. How I look at it is like, through the terms of astrology, you know, in cosmology, there's a clock, between the sun and the moon and the planets. And in those relations, open up energy gates. It opens up opportunities just like at a job or something. And when those things open up, you'll be amazed when certain people come along or certain things come along into your planet or into your atmosphere that open doorways to things based on what they know. And kind of that's how things work in cosmology. You don't or sometimes it's energy gates just open because how when light, sound, and nature and things hit and curve at certain angles, they open up certain portals, and things come in. It might be higher beings descend low or lower beings descend high. Um, and with that being said, even if as melanated beings, dark melanated beings, even if we descended here on this plane before our lighter counterparts, who we like to call white people, what I'm saying, or Europeans, we have to understand, even if they're lower beings that came from a lower dimension, everybody gets a fair chance and a cosmic opportunity to rise into low, because you have angels, what I'm saying, who descended down from higher realms into this realm, and some will be descend even lower. What I'm saying, certain light frequencies and codes will be closed on them where they will be uh, trapped in those two-dimensional and kind of lower type of realm of energies. And yes, it is destructive, but we have to understand that you can't prepare, everybody can't eat the same food. You know what I'm saying? Because people's body's different. So, how you going to prepare a light body, a body that pulls in more light codes, if you're already kind of a lower being? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm trying to prepare your body to be on this planet existence and you already can't take the higher frequencies of light, then why would I put you in a vessel that's going to burn you up? So now I have to make things happen within that realm, in that world, where something genetically happens to the beings who have higher energy solar bodies, but kind of get spliced or grafted or kind of watered down in a sense. But what it does is it creates a vessel so those lower beings cannot live on this realm of existence, and that's what we had, But in my insight, I feel like we all are a part of source. It's a cosmic story, in Earth realm, you know, and that's what we're living in. And when the book is done, the page is done with this cosmic story, it all goes back to source. It all goes back to source at the end of the day. And that's genuinely how I feel. Now, with everything that's going on right now in our world, I feel like, yes, there is some dividance going on because in the cosmos there's a equilibrium type of thing. There's a balance, and when things shift and become unbalanced and ties tip in one people's hand, there has to be a pendulum swing that swings back to the other side to kind of give, not just in fairness, but it helps keeping the wheel to churn, because things become very stagnant when one side has all the power and kind of becomes dominant. Now things have become either purely left brained or purely right. I mean, very right brained. And so, things shift within the cosmos, within the sun, within the electromagnetic field. And what happens then, it causes a form of dividance. It causes, you know, beings to have to separate based on what is being activated inside their DNA and in their bodies, you know. And so it does not mean that if you come from a lower realm and then these activations happen, that because you are a certain race that you will be restricted from being a part of the sun, you know. No, if you have been doing your work, been cleaning your body, preparing your body for these times, if you're a lower being, then yes, when it's time to be ejected out of that vessel, you will gradually graduate and go into higher realms. Same for people, beings who came from higher realms or who's grounded now here. If you haven't not been doing what you're supposed to be doing in this time, especially during these times when you are coming out of this vessel, you're going to descend. You probably get stuck in somebody form of Oculus program or something, and be in somebody's technological VR system, like in the Matrix or something like that, and not being able to kind of return to Zion, like in the Matrix. But I think that's what was interesting, is that in every ancient culture that talks about angels and demons, higher souls and lower souls, there's one thing that's in common. When you cannot influence, really, what's going on between the angels and demons, based on the beings that are already solid. Now you incorporate a form of technology or in form of a spiritual net, with this firmament that they talk about. Now you kind of give opening, even in, the creating of certain bodies and vessel systems. Now you kind of give opening to these lower and these higher beings to become grounded in this realm of existence. And so that's how I look at it as. You got a lot of demonic energies and beings who came from, these lower realms, and they got grounded into physical vessels, and now you can kind of see, you can see these demons on a physical level, and they needed a vessel to become grounded. Same with the higher beings. But that's all I got for this subject. Um, like I said, when it comes to racism, when it comes to the whole black and white things and genetics and stuff like that, that's my outtake and view. We're all our source. We're all a cosmic energy. Every choice and decision you make really opens your spiritual gates to where you could be. And so to be able to master the spiritual and internal arts is a must. It's a must to be able to master your journey, because that is the God source within you. And that's the most part. All right. So have a good one.